So instead of like embracing the peace, I create the chaos. Automatic negative thoughts.
Okay, so what are your ants?
Whew. I literally am in a season of thankfully recognizing them and stomping them out like electric slide, Cupid shuffle, Satan get behind me. And I'm proud of myself because I would not have recognized that it was an ant. I am planning, as you know, a brand celebration for
100K.
100K on IG and also just being in the game for a decade long. And I've told myself more than I would like to admit that no one's going to show up.
Which is just such bullshit. Because every time we do anything this last couple weeks, whether it's like we're together, we're on the private community, everyone's like, we're coming to DC, we're coming to the Lytton Legendary. I'm Lytton Legendary. I have an outfit for my Lytton Legendary. It's amazing. Like we were at our workshop last month and people who came because they knew me were saying how happy they were for you that you had reached 100K. People love you and are happy for you.
Margot, you know how you were just talking about.
I'm not minimizing. I'm just saying, I promise you.
It is the imposter syndrome, right? And it is this idea that it can't be all of this hard work cannot come to pass in this way in this season. My life can't be this abundant. So something is going to fall apart. And what's going to fall apart? The thing that I'm working really, really hard at, the thing that I am juggling many, many tasks around.
And the thing that you've been talking about for years.
It's going to fall apart. Nobody's going to show up. The venue, God forbid, is going to catch on fire.
I mean, that could happen.
No one's going to be able to get in. I'm going to lose my voice. My leg going to break. Like, I'm just really believing that something is going to go wrong. But I'm speaking against it.
Okay, but like, even play it out. So what? You'll be fine. And the one thing that you said that absolutely, I mean, you could break your leg. The venue could set on fire. You could be ashy. Like, all of those things are
not with my Osea body butter. Yeah.
All of those things could be possible. You are going to be very well hydrated and drinking mocktails with our sponsor of today, which we'll get to in a little bit. People are definitely going to show up. And so what? You're going to be fine.
So what?
So that's the thing about ants, right? They're these automatic thoughts, but they're not real. So what? Sorry. Keep going. What are your other ones? Outside of Lit and Legendary, that's going to be Legendary. Lit and Legendary.
And Legendary. The other thing that I struggle with, and I think it's also a reflection of the season that I'm in, is that because I have struggles with anxiety, that my life cannot be as successful as I want it to be because my anxiety is going to cripple me. So I'm anxious about being anxious.
I know that story.
And I'm telling myself, well, I mean, CEOs, boss bitches, that Oprah don't have anxiety.
How do you know that?
And I don't fucking know that.
I don't know. Of course she has anxiety. She probably has people like massaging her all the day to like get her anxiety out of her body.
I mean, so here's the thing. So I mentioned this to my therapist recently, and she said, that's such an interesting thought. She was like, you're already successful and you also have had anxiety since high school. Did your anxiety prevent you from reaching this level of success? And I was like, well, bitch, when you put it that way, no. So she said, so then why would it prevent the next step in your career?
Do you think you're anxious about no longer being anxious?
It's like a new way of being.
Like you embracing this new season because it doesn't feel like how you've told yourself you need to.
It has to feel. That's deep, dog. That's deep. So instead of like embracing the peace, I create the chaos.
In your head, because your life is actually not chaotic at all.
And because in real life, nothing is going on. There is no shoe to drop. There is no fire to put out. Much of my anxiety, obviously I work hard, we've discussed this, but much of even the deadlines are things that I have created myself because of an addiction to workaholism and stress, because I feel like that's what it takes to be successful.